Hi, and welcome to Vision 48 News. I'm Emma Back.
And I'm Thomas Saldana.
Registration is open for Kicking Cancer Goodbye flag football. All teams must be at least 7 players, and each player must register separately. The free public event will take place on October 22nd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and will benefit the Greenville Cancer Society. The event will include vendors, live music, food trucks, a talent show, flag football tournament, and local cancer survivors will be honored. Register online at kickingcancergoodbye.com.
Saturday was a big day for one family at the Clemson game. The Wires family is passionate about Clemson football. Bill Wires takes his 2 sons to every home game. The game on Saturday captured the magic of a true fan. Logan, who suffers from cerebral palsy, has trouble standing up. He has never been able to stand up without assistance. Late in the 4th quarter, Logan recalls that it wasn't looking good for the Tigers. His brother Carson was ready to pack up and leave. Logan then looked at his father and said, "You know what? I'm going to stand up. I've got to do something. We have got to win this game." Logan then stood up on his own power to cheer on his Clemson Tigers, who would pull out a win with 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. Logan's dad, Bill, took a picture of the moment when his son stood up and posted on social media. ESPN Sports Center retweeted the picture, and it has over 190,000 likes on Instagram.
With the change of weather happening all around us due to Hurricane Matthew, let's take a look at the weather here in Tigerville.
Hey North Greenville, I'm Kirsten Martin. Let's take a look at this week's weather. The fall season has really brought us some cooler temperatures this week. We're going to be seeing that in the evenings for the majority of the week. Starting Tuesday, it's going to be a high of 72, low of 46, and that trend is really going to continue throughout the rest of the week that we'll see. So Wednesday, again, high of 75, low of 47, and that's going to continue. Thursday is going to be a little bit warmer, and Friday, again, kind of a little bit warmer day for this week. Friday after classes starts fall break, so really take advantage of the good weather that we're seeing, cooler temperatures in the evening. Fall break is going to continue until Tuesday with classes starting back on Wednesday. And then Sunday, we're going to be seeing good weather again. Monday, a 30% chance of rain, so plan accordingly if you are traveling and being outdoors outside of Greenville or on campus. That's this week's weather. I'm Kirsten. Back to you at the studio.
Thank you, Kirsten. Hurricane Matthew has left a huge mark on Haiti as the Category 4 storm hit over this past week. The damages done to Haiti were catastrophic as 60,000 people are without homes. 211 are reported to be injured, and relief workers are reporting more deaths by the day. Worse still is a cholera epidemic that has gripped the country could get much worse. Clean water, which is hard to find in Haiti, will now be near impossible. Matthew hit South Carolina on Saturday and caused a great deal of damage, but due to many cities helping people evacuate, most people bypass the deadly storm. But it's not all bad news coming from the hurricane, as Emma has a story that brings good news into a bad situation. Emma?
Weekend, devastating thousands. But Holly Wild Animal Park tried to make things a little brighter for their guests over the weekend. The animal park offered half-price admission tickets on October 8th and 9th. The park executive director, Kim Ashley, told Fox Carolina News, "All of us understand that being out of your familiar routine and home have an impact. We hope by reducing the cost to visit the park, we're doing what we can to put some positive adventure into a challenging time."
We are less than 1 month away from the presidential election, so we went out to challenge North Greenville students and faculty on political issues, and here's what they thought.
In the midst of the chaos of the 2016 presidential election, people have become so engrossed in the candidate specifically, completely forgetting about the issues this coming president has to address. Here are some of our fellow students and staff members and their opinions on some of these issues.
Supreme Court justices are nominated for life. They're on the bench for many, many years, not just 4 or 8 when the new president comes in. So you definitely want people in there that will help push this country to just a better way of living and a better way of life, and that kind of really lines up with our ideals as a university.
Whoever they vote in is going to affect how the government's ran. And that's a big deal because they may not believe the same way that I believe, and the president has a choice of who he elects.
That's a tough one, but probably the ones that are already here, because you have no idea how many are going to come in or how many are going to leave. That's a variable that you can't control, but what you can control is who's already here and what they're doing. So probably the ones that are here.
And so I think, foreign policy right now. I mean, the economy could be better, but it's doing better than it was at that time. But I think there's just so much in the world happening right now. I think foreign policy and making making the world understand where America stands on issues, and that we are a strong country and we're going to stand up for our beliefs. I think that's the biggest issue right now.
I feel like the economy is really important because there was some famous guy, and he had a quote that said, if you reach to this amount of money, then there's no turning back. And the United States is very, very close to that number, and so we need to look at ways to help our country, because our country is a great country, and it would be terrible if another country owned our country, and then we wouldn't be as great.
As we can clearly see through just these few individuals' perspectives, the 2016 presidential election will determine the future for issues as high stakes as our nation has ever seen. Don't let history pass you by without you being able to claim your part in it. The responsibility for your vote lies with no one but yourself. Your voice matters, make it heard. See you on November 8th, North Greenville.
We'll be right back with all your NGU sports after this short break.
I chose to come to North Greenville because it was just such a great school, and it was Christ involved, and everyone here was just so sweet and so kind, and it was great to be able to learn about Jesus Christ and involve it with my major. So I was just so impressed with the school. I absolutely loved it.
I chose NGU because I love the atmosphere, I love the people, and because I felt like God was calling me to be here.
First time I came here was I fell in love with the people and everything, and I was a youth ministry major, and I switched to Spanish major. And when I switched to Spanish major, I just still fell in love with the staff and fell in love with the people here, and I felt like this is where God called me to be.
I chose NGU because they offered the most money, and Clemson only offered me a loan.
I think I chose NGU because one of the few colleges I've always wanted to go to, and that is really close to home. And also that I like the people around here that are like really welcoming to me whenever I came on campus. And I believe that God called me, and that pretty much He pointed me in the direction here, because everywhere else was not pretty much suited for me that I applied for.
Well, first and foremost, it's a great, positive, Christian environment of her campus. It's a beautiful setting, and the science program and education are on point.
Intramural sports at North Greenville just got a lot easier with the Wreck-It app. The new addition to North Greenville allows intramural athletes to check the schedule, their standings, and their results all in one place.
So the Wreck-It app, I've actually known about the Wreck-It app for probably about 3 or 4 years now. I went to a conference a couple of years ago in Nashville, Tennessee, and that was really when we first started hearing about the Wreck-It app, and it's really just kind of grown since then. There are thousands of schools that utilize this app for their intramurals, fitness, and club sports. And it's just really been awesome to have here, especially this year, this being our first one. Yeah, it had its few kinks at the very beginning of the semester, and there was a lot of work put into it. There was a lot of phone calls with IM leagues and the Wreck-It Sports app developers, just making sure that we were operating it efficiently and effectively. But it has really made my job so much easier. I don't have to carry around a clipboard with papers anymore. Everything's done entirely online. Students can sign up, join teams. They can create their own teams. They can join as a free agent, whereas in the past, free agents would have to normally go through me, and then I'd have to find a team to place them on. So now that gives them the opportunity to kind of join a team on their own without having to come through me and figure out which team needs more members on that team. So this app has been very beneficial for me, and I hope in the future we're able to utilize it to its full capacity, which means adding in more club sports. So teams like our Ninja Geese, maybe we have a traveling flag football team, something like that. Just utilizing that and that's capability, and also utilizing the fitness component of that, because inside the Wreck-It Sports app and inside the IM League's website, there is a component of fitness involved, so you can sign up for group fitness classes such as cycling, resistance bands, yoga, anything like that. So that's the hope, that in the future we're able to use it to its full capacity. and just allow students to enjoy the app and enjoy the ease of access that they have.
Download the Rocket app in the App Store or Google Play today.
Hi North Greenville, I'm Ansley Brock with your Crusaders Sports Update. The women's volleyball team had a busy week that started by taking the win over Limestone College with a 3-1 win. Eve Little set a career high with 23 digs on defense. Then on Tuesday, North Greenville faced Truett McConnell. While getting off to a slow start, the Lady Crusaders ended up downing the Bears 3-1. To finish off the Lady Crusaders' very busy week, the Crusaders faced fellow Conference Carolina opponent Southern Wesleyan that Saturday. With the Crusaders struggling offensively, they fell to the Warriors 3-0. This set the record 13-6 for the season and 4-4 in league play. The Crusaders traveled to Brevard, North Carolina to face their Tornadoes on Tuesday, October 11th at 7 p.m. This past week, the men's soccer team fell to both Emmanuel College and Pfeiffer University. Emmanuel College outscored the Crusaders 3-0. Goalkeeper James Max Miller did finish the game with 3 saves on 6 shots on goal. The Crusaders lost another hard-fought battle against Pfeiffer University in a 1-0 loss the following Saturday. The Crusaders will be traveling to Belmont Abbey College on October 12th, and playtime will be at 7:30 p.m. The women's soccer team also took on Emmanuel College and Pfeiffer University. The Lady Crusaders ended in a 1-1 tie with Emmanuel College. Lindsay Tutton finished as the team's shot-on-goal leader and the team's lone goal. She marked her second goal of the season. Goalkeeper Madeline Schober had 11 saves for the Lady Crusaders. Pfeiffer University escaped Tigerville with a 3-0 win over the Crusaders, leaving the Lady Crusaders 2-8-1 for the season. They will also be traveling to Belmont Abbey on the 12th, and playtime will be at 5:30 for them. In what was planned to be an away game at the Citadel, the North Greenville football team turned to an impromptu home game on Saturday due to the evacuation of Charleston Southern, South Carolina from Hurricane Matthew. The Crusaders fell after a hard-fought battle to 38-14, and during this game there were 2 records that were broken, the first being a broken record of attendance, with 5,400 fans in the Yount Stadium. The other record was set by North Greenville's very own Javon Smith, who set the school record of 240 yards on 6 receptions. Will Hunter finished the game with 372 yards, and Sam Houston was a shy short of breaking a record of 19 tackles in a game. North Greenville fell 3-3 and are hoping to move to 4-3 this weekend. The Crusaders will take on Tuscum College in Greenville, Tennessee at 2:30 p.m. this Saturday. Saturday was filled a personal best for both the men's and women's cross-country teams while in Charlotte, North Carolina, while running against both Division I and Division II schools. The men's team finished 32nd and the women 20th. Kaylee Roach paced the women's team with a new personal best time of 19 minutes and 44 seconds. Freshman Corey Small clocked in a personal best time of 19 minutes and 49 seconds alongside Naylee Valencino with 21 minutes and 44 seconds. The men's team was led by Jonathan Keller and his personal best time of 26 minutes and 45 seconds. The following players also clocked in personal bests: Trey Stewart, Dominic Powell, Austin Noble, Zach Chastain, and Brandon Burke. The Crusaders will be back in action on October 20th in Concord, North Carolina to run in the Conference Carolinas Championship. And that's all we have for North Greenville sports this week. Make sure to tune in next week to hear the recap of all North Greenville sports. And if you can't wait that long, remember the sports are available through the North Greenville Sports Network. Have a beautiful week, North Greenville, and go Crusaders.
Thanks, Ansley. That's it for our broadcast this week. Thanks for joining us here on Vision 48 News. I'm Emma Back.
And I'm Thomas Aldana. Join us again next week to see us live at 5.
And if you can't wait that long, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat for your latest news.
Have a good week, North Greenville.